Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Welcome back to another episode of Rain Day Gaming. We're playing some Paladins today, and we're also playing some competitive Paladins today, which is not something you've seen on my channel in a bit. But I had someone request this, and I want to let y'all know I listen, I read, I interact, and I want you guys to feel, really kind of taken care of with your suggestions being heard on my channel. So I did think actually a great way for me to move into some Paladins content that we weren't doing was taking a look at the competitive thing. It's something that I clearly cast in for my daily job. I look at the competitive, I think and talk about that all the time, but I don't bring it to the channel, which is a really important place to bring it, I think, just for overall awareness. But I think just for general enjoyment too, because it's something that I can provide hopefully some analysis on, some interesting thought process here. We're in the draft phase already for this game. And I had a lot of fun with this too. I'm really enjoying being able to draft. I played a couple ranked games today earlier and before this one, and I've just really had a lot of fun kind of talking about the draft. Where do we want? What are the priorities? Right now in North America, at least, you're seeing a lot of Torvald prioritized and kind of a double tank standard front. Right here we get the Sky going into a kind of second pick Sky. Really weird here on Fish Market. It's not that you can't do okay, but it's just like we're looking to secure a lot of other things. Probably our double frontliner, which ideally in this situation might have been the Barrack because they've already got the Torvald. So it puts us in a bit of an interesting spot. But me right now, I'm looking at a couple things. I can flex out more damage. We can try to just out damage them, which is risky, right? Because you're not going to lose the sustain battle. A lot of the question I like to ask myself is, our tank and our healer versus their tank and their healer or healers, what does it look like? So I'm thinking the Moldamba might help to give us, because Grok's going to maybe go the damage Maelstrom Grok route, that real healer. But I decide, you know what? I think Ruckus is going to be the tanky option here. This is what I want. I want maybe the aerial assault too. For some of the mobility. It's going to be interesting. Flux Generator could work as well. It's crazy how many options could be here. But at least we have a Ruckus, we have a Makoa, and we have a Grok. That's a very, very tanky lineup that can do well, especially if you go into Totemic Ward as Grok, which people don't do very often, but could happen. It looks like damage Grok it is, Nemotes says, but he's not the Grok. So we'll see if the Grok actually goes for it, but I would assume everyone goes for Maelstrom right now, although it is not the only choice, and actually Totemic Ward is really strong. Like, it's CC immunity, so against the Torvald, that's a great thing. Against the Grumpy Bomb, that's great as well. But also just the fact that it's 20% more healing. A lot of people don't realize that. Building this competitive composition, though, is always like entertaining. I really love the draft aspect of this. It's probably my favorite part about competitive. And you get to see champions in their natural habitat in the real game, right? Casual, everyone can play against everyone. Inara versus Inara, you can't really see the value there on certain maps, right? But you can see the value of certain comps against other comps. You start to see the counters more. I have a choice here, really. I think it's up between aerial assault or flux generator. Aerial assault means I have more movement. The Grumpy Bomb is the big thing I'm worried about here, right? And I think aerial assault handles that more. But the repulsor field, if we want to just be tanky on the point and contend with the Torvald, with the Barrack, with the Ying, that's going to help too. So it's really a toss-up. But I'm going to go with the aerial assault because I think I could just avoid the Grumpy Bomb. I could dash away from it. That's my goal. I can also achieve some of the higher angles because you want to get on the ground floor sometimes as a tank, but you want to be able to access the upper ground here. I take the bottom ground, maybe not the best spot. Already receiving a lot of fire. The Grumpy Bomb's there, but I'm just moving myself away, and I've still got my 2 advances. It just feels like I'm getting pressured here. The Maeve and the Torvald and the Barrack. Unrelenting stuff, so I go down immediately. Nice hook there, though, by the Makoa onto the Maeve, but she gets protection bubbled. That 40% damage boost, most likely coming from the Torvald with Field Study. I actually don't know, to be honest. It's not most likely. It's just I'm not really sure. But we all wiped there. I don't know what that was. Maeve is just working it right now. So we're going to wait up. Don't want to go in until it's time to go. 2 turrets on the point, 84%. Activate the emitter just to give myself a little bit of shielding there. I see the Maeve on the left-hand side, but not too worried about her. Try to get down, but we cannot get down in time. Barrack's starting to look weak here. Ying going in with a lot of shatters, too, and dang, this damage by the Ying. 700 from shatter, and just the consistent DPS coming in on her as well, making sure that she's making it happen, and she is running resonance, which is really, really weird. You don't see a lot of Yings run that, but basically when those illusions get killed or she spawns a new one and that one dies, it will do 500 damage in an area. So a lot of area pressure. I'm thinking Flux Generator may have been the key here, but here's where our strength is. On this push with Fish Market, it's very difficult to go. Torvald's got to walk up to be effective, and I can really outzone him here. The constant firing as well is going to help me to keep on to him, so we get some damage. Mate pops into the ultimate. Midnight is here. She wants to be a little gutter snipe and finish off some kills, but can't find one yet. Nemote's looking for another hook. Appley almost going down here. The Bomb King gets taken down. Sky getting a few kills now. The Barrack hiding behind the turret, and I want to just keep advancing to make sure that we can pressure him out. I can advance back too. Oh boy, Emitter could come out, and that's a nice bait. They almost crest on me, trying to get the last shot. The field study from Torvald, the protection bubble will not save the Ying, and the Sky finishes that one off as well. It seems like she's running preparation. She gets the hidden right back up. And that could actually be a decent move. I think Sky is better than people think, but it's just surprising to see that picked up at that level in our ranked games, because it's just she's that flanker, right? You don't necessarily need that. In many ways, it's better to counterpick for your flanker rather than just say this is our flanker. Oh god, the hyper beam from Torvald, and the Dragon Punch does take him down. So Aura goes down. He gets 2 from us. He gets our Grok and he gets Nemotes. So I'm just telling him, be aware. I say there of that on this map. And so I'm like, you know what? Someone may not speak English, so they may not know what that means. So I'm going to say care of that on this map. Torvald can definitely make it happen with the ult. Been doing a good job, though, of the zone, and that is the goal here with Ruckus. Great hooks again by the Makoa, who's really setting things up. Nemote's doing a great job, and that is all I want. As a free farming Ruckus with the Makoa, it's a great pick. Grover can go well with this pick too as a support, although he's not going to do the same type of healing that like a solo Maldamba or a solo Ying probably would, because he can deep root and just cripple them and make sure that they're locked in place. When he hits that hook, it means that I can just free fire for so long. Maeve now getting a lot of the pressure from my side. Grumpy Bomb is there to zone out, throws it all the way to the bottom. Applewee's turrets, Architectonics are doing a lot of damage, so I am taking a lot of hits from there, but we're going to finally finish it off. Wrecker was my item choice, and now the Torvald could go down. He's going to basically run that out with his recharge, get some more shield back, and after the silence, it is all but death for him, and my team's able to clean things up. I did leave them, and that, could have gone bad, but I decided getting the Torvald out of the fight early was important, and I was the best one to deal with him because of my mobility with aerial assault and also Wrecker, which I'm building into. So 2 things I'm worried about, right? The resilience. The reason I'm picking that up is because of the Bomb King, the Grumpy Bomb, which has kind of been zoning out very, very well for us. I want that to be a non-issue. Also, the Torvald ult. If I'm just not paying attention, I want to have a chance to react. Ruckus is actually pretty good at dealing with that, because his aerial assaults can just take you to the left or the right. You can actually jump out of it. You can Fernando dash out of it. You can shell spin out of it. But it's just a matter of, like, if Torvald hits you with no resilience and you go flying and your momentum's already there, you may be too late. Like, that shell spin may not travel far enough to get you back on the map, even though you can use it towards the direction that you want to go. I'm on a 9 streak right now, though. Doing pretty strong. Instead of going the low ground, I think we take this high ground, maybe on the right side here. No one seems to be going this way. A nice hook already from the Makoa. Look at those 2, just juicy targets. HEXA-FIRE coming out, breaking the shields, taking down the Barrack. And now the Torvald, without any shielding of his own, is looking very, very slender. What's her name? The Maeve. I was going to say the Ming. The Ying and Maeve still alive here, but now one will fall. Ying's still down over in the corner. Sky following after her. And the Ying still yet to die. Nimarinai actually finishes off the kill, and we have just done our duty here. And Sky are going out to zone, and this is what Ruckus can do better than Torvald. Right? This is what Ruckus can do better than the Torvald Barrack comp, is we can have more effective range than them. Appleby coming in. If he tries to get into this point, we've already got the range, we've got the damage. Headshot on headshot. Oh boy, and the Barrack is going down. And with the Wrecker now, Torvald's shields are going to melt thanks to that. And look at this, the aerial assault getting me up into the air. Now I got basically a really good vantage point onto the Maeve. We finish her off, activate the emitter. I did see the Bomb King coming through and trying to poke me out. So the emitter just trying to save some of that off, but still a ton of damage. And I could aerial assault back out of here again, and I will. I'll use all 3 of those charges to stay alive. When, maybe if I was the other Ruckus, I would have had him in on the point to get that extra 30% damage reduction, and maybe wouldn't have lived in that scenario. One of the benefits of aerial assault, that mobility, I think really is coming in to be one of my favorites, maybe more valued legendaries as well. Great hook again. I feel like I'm saying this by Nemotes every single time, but fantastic hooks, setting up the Ruckus headshots, setting up the free firing. That's what I want to do with my damage. Bomb King hit me from afar. Got to go to the Grok if I want some healing. Minute and 36 for us to push this too. There's the Tempest coming out from the Grok. He wants to get things going again. Look at Nemos. This Makoa is godlike. Oh, off the map. Takes Crossgo, I believe. I get credit for the kill as I actually touched him last in terms of damage. But again, this Makoa is just so strong for us. And I'm providing all the DPS from range. I go in, pop the repulsor field. That's extra damage mitigation for everyone on my team. Actually, 30%. And now we look to find the Maeve who's just running by herself. I think I might be able to catch her here. And though I do see her, it's not even worth it, honestly. Let's just go back to the payload. She's low, and now we might be able to turn this around in our favor. The Shield of Barracks goes down, focusing the Torvald again. I picked the Wrecker, so when you itemize towards something or for a singular purpose, definitely make sure that you do it. Crossgo, oh my god, eats me up. 3,500 damage for this Bomb King? When did that happen? Oh my god. Wow, well, that taught me a lesson there. Don't stand in all 6 of Bomb King's bombs there. I should be able to get them off of me every time I aerial advance. Every time I advance, excuse me, with aerial assault, the bomb should fall off. So that is also another reason why I think this is good in terms of against the Bomb King composition. Have the resilience too, which means 60% less of that 3-second stun from Grumpy Bomb if it happens. The 2.5 or 3 second stun from his King Bomb, which we haven't seen yet. Going to be basically a little bit more cut in half. So only doing like a little bit less than a 1.5 seconds on that one. There is the Bomb King just juking, diving, dodging, trying to get this overtime and pop repulsor field, which means I've got 30% damage reduction for everything that's hitting me. Again, focusing down the Torvald. Great hook by Nemotes, and that should finish him off. And I'm going to back off yet again. The Grumpy Bomb there, but I pop right into it. Save a little bit of my life. Bomb King can't confirm all the damage, but all these clones shattering means that the AoE pressure is huge. Ying ults, and they have definitely used a lot of ultimates. They've used a lot of stuff there to try and make sure that they can finish us off. The Torvald a little earlier. Now myself getting hit with, obviously, a lot of the Ying shatters and her ult to keep them alive. So we've made them use some resources to defend. We didn't use ours. And that is very important. So I'm going to go with the Resilience 3. Just means that I have maximum stun resistance against the Bomb King. What it should mean is that a 3-second stun goes to 90% of that is reduced, meaning I have a 0.03 second stun. So a third of a second. But there is a minimum duration, if you didn't know this, of CC in this game, and so it cannot go below 0.5. So half a second is what the stun will be for Bomb King now, and it will negate though. It will even further negate Torvald in terms of like the knock-up and the knockback distance. So it will really mean that Hyper Beam is not something I have to worry about at all. So the Resilience 3 also very efficient, the cheapest. Tier 3. Still, they don't go on this side. There's the Bomb King ult. Try to get some damage on him early. Pop the emitter because I see Maeve wants to try and fight. But now I can go and free fire here on the background. I have the aerial assault if I want it. I just got to wait for another charge to get back up into this ledge here, which is really good for Ruckus. I've got a HEXA-FIRE again. I might just want to reuse it. But the shield from Barrack is keeping him on there for a while, and now it's time. Once the shield is down, to really burn it. Try to get some rockets onto the Torvald. Don't get a lot of damage, but I do buy a little bit of time, and there's the Torvald ult. So we trade ults, right? Torvald tries to get me. It did touch me for a little bit. If I didn't have Resilience 3, that might have like pushed me back quite a bit. I wouldn't have died because I have the assault. Because I have the advance, but still, might have happened quite a bit. Now I'm here free firing. This is a great spot for Ruckus. This is probably where I wanted to be to start this fight a little bit more. Now we can go in. Repulsor field comes out. Dome shield, though. Oh, my God. All the damage coming out from that is actually pretty huge. And although it doesn't do a lot, it hits me 11 times for 1,900 damage. So not too much. I did stand in there for a bit. I got right to it, but 1,900 damage just from that flamethrower turret was actually more than I would have anticipated, though. Look at this. 99%. They still haven't. What is going on? This Grok solo holding this point against the Ying and a Torvald? Oh my God, the OG here. I thought this point was over, but look at that. Oh, getting melted. The Ying goes down. The Torvald goes down. The Barrack rushes in. We've got to finish him off. I'll take the stun. There it is, and I'm back. But we've gotten all the tanks down. We've gotten the Ying down, and it's just Bomb King and Maeve. And now I need to get Master Riding. I've got to get back into this fight before the other tanks. We've got our Makoa. The Bomb King's still there. The Sky's going to go deal with him now, but I've got to get back. 72% for us. 75. Nemotes gets 2. He finishes the Bomb King. This could be it. We could go ahead here. Oh my god, this is nuts. This is nuts. Gotta play this smart though. Objective capture, they didn't even need me. Oh my god, after picking up the kills and getting enough damage, we were able to get this capture objective. Nimmerentai gets the kill onto Aura, which is the Torvald, and that's actually a fantastic decision by him. Keep the momentum rolling. Let's 4v5 this for the rest of the time. However, now we're 3v4, and we are on the bad end of that trade, unfortunately. I have my emitter, so I'm just gonna wail into some of these shields, some of the turrets. 43 health only, though. Just dodging the Maeve, but delaying the inevitable. Unfortunately, I do go down.
Where did I go wrong?
Unfortunate. All right, we can get back in this, though. We can make this happen. We're looking really good, guys. This is fun, man. I'm loving my ranked. I'm loving these gameplays. I'm loving having fun, you know, with the drafting and seeing how they pay off. And what a freaking solo hole by that Grok there to buy us enough time to get back in. And again, looking at how the itemization matters, right? Being able to get in before the other tanks with the master riding, I mean, that made a difference. That means I was free firing on the Ruckus, on the Barrack, on the Torvald. We got their shields down. We got all their assets down. And even though I went down, I was able to provide so much more to my team, so much faster, and put them at a disadvantage. The Maeve now in trouble after I take the Torvald down. And firing onto the Barrack, trying to finish him off. HEXA-FIRE is ready. I do get the Barrack. And now Applewee going in the air. Actually, no, that's the Bomb King. Double kill. Pop the HEXA-FIRE. Don't run to the left, you boy, because you might just get got. There's the Maeve in the air. Torvald running away, but the shields will not save you. Victory for us off of the double kill for the HEXA-FIRE. The incredible, consistent clutch hooks from my Makoa. And a play of the game from a Maeve. Okay. All right, I ain't mad at that. I ain't mad. And if anything, they might be salty there after doing so well early on. And actually not being able to finish things off, though. They had a really good start. I think this is from the first round when things just kind of snowballed for them there. They got the Sky. They got the Grok. They got the Makoa. They got the Drogos there. I think this is all after I fell early on. So very, very good damage coming out from a couple of them. You know, shoutouts. I think the Bomb King did pretty well this game, but most eliminations, top kill streak here coming in. Lowest credits on my team, but still 48k damage from a tank. We stepped it up, man. 38k shielding. Couldn't compete on that level, but our objective time together was strong, and the Grok as well, just with that objective time. Grok actually went for the healing totem, which means a lot. The totemic ward actually very, very strong in this scenario. And actually, because he went that way and didn't just go Maelstrom, which everyone thinks is OP, but is like just good. It's not like OP. I think truly had the ability to keep us in this game. That 57,000 healing, beating out the Ying, was extremely important for our survivability. But again, also the 6 deaths, I want to point that out. I only had 6 deaths in that game, and despite maybe, you know, not having the amount of credits as everybody else, or, you know, not as much shielding as Makoa, which is kind of expected because it's personal shielding, only dying 6 times, half of what most people did in this game, was really helpful for me, and to just keep the pressure on. That's what Ruckus does. That's his value in this game. He applies the pressure to the team from range. He's able to do it with high DPS, a lot of shielding, a lot of damage mitigation. And boy, oh boy, was this a good one. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this, and I hope to see some more of this on the channel. Of course, I'll be the one making it, so hopefully you watch as well. Let me know what you want to see in terms of content following this here for Paladins and all my other games. And as always, my friends, like, share, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed it to stay tuned to more. And remember to never give up, never stop gaming, and I'll see you all next time.